I'm here today with one of the Swedish lifters and also one of my friends, Marcus Ekholm. Marcus, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Riccardo.
Yes, now for those people who don't know, I'm going to let Marcus introduce himself, but Marcus is sometimes in California, sometimes in Oregon, sometimes in Sweden. He travels a lot for work, but I've had the pleasure of hosting Marcus at my house twice for the Super Series, once this year and once last year. So, Marcus, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit for the folks who haven't had you at their house and don't know you as well as I do?
Yeah, I would say most people have probably seen me in connection with Strength Results, which is the Strongman and Grip scoring page that me and my brother developed 5 years ago. So I've been involved a lot in Strongman. But yes, last year I got introduced to grip. I did a lot of grip or grippers, I should say, 10 or 12 years ago. Was interested in that, but then last year I got introduced to armlifting, and I did my first competition, the Super Series Stage 1 at your house. And yeah, after that the interest have grown.
Yeah, well, you did great, and you're a great lifter. And are you I know you are also competing in strongman as well.
I am, yes.
Yeah. So how did you do in your last competition in Los Angeles?
I was second in the master's class then, so fairly okay.
Nice job.
Thank you.
What was your favorite event in the most recent contest, Marcus?
In strongman, it was the truck pull in Los Angeles. I like the truck pull or the arm over arm. Those are fun.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's always a good one in strongman because that's one probably you're not going to get injured on. So that's always
no, exactly.
Yeah, it was always one of my favorites when I did strongman too. I remember one time training at Ode's house, and he would have a variety of celebrities. And I don't know if you're familiar with this man, but he was a young teenager at the time, although much, much bigger than me, well over 300 pounds, Josh Bryant. And he was having trouble learning the rhythm and the routine of the arms and the legs and pulling it all together. So, and I had known Josh from powerlifting for quite some time. So I beat him in one of the training truck pulls in Ode's training facility there. It was up the street where he lives. And yeah, that got his attention. That was a rare moment of winning for me in strongman because I'm not so good compared to all the people Ode had there, believe me.
I get it. Yeah, but that's fun. The truck pull is fun.
Yeah, it is. He had quite the star-studded array of people there. So I was always usually getting my butt handed to me during those training sessions quite regularly. But yeah, you certainly had great results in arm lifting, and you lifted it well at the Arnold's this year. Why don't you tell the viewers at home what your experience was at the Arnold Open this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great competition. It was especially the open or the plus 125 or under 125 class. I mean, that was such an extreme competition with the world records in the axle, and that was just crazy, I think.
Well, yeah, but I have to compliment your Swedish teammates because they came back on Sunday and rooted for you, even though they got a bunch of hardware themselves in the pro division, and they were there rooting for you on Sunday, and that says a lot about the people that they are. They're not just strong people.
That was great. No, that was great. It was a good team.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to get too much of a stronger team, are you?
No.
No, it was excellent. So, Marcus, why don't you talk a little bit about now? I know more about it than I think most people, but and I'll go on record, Marcus, as saying I was one of the very first signups before you made all your series of announcements. But why don't you tell everyone about last year's Grip Immortals, and which I did not go to, but this year I will be in Karlstad, Sweden, for the Grip Immortals this year. So why don't you talk about last year's and this year's?
Yeah, so last year we put together this, we call it Immortals 2022 Winter Grip Wars. It was in December last year. I think we announced it maybe 2 months before or something like that, and we hadn't really planned it in advance. It was just something we thought, we thought it would be like a small comp. Didn't necessarily think we would put too much energy into it, but when you get started with something, you want to make it better, and it grows bigger than you expect. So it turned out to be quite fun. I mean, we were mostly Swedes. I think there were 15 Swedes and 1 Norwegian guy. And we were just in me and my brother's home gym, basically, did the comp, a very small venue. But it was still really fun. And we did have some events that I think have not been seen before. We had the 2-inch Raptor medley. And we called it one-hand stone medley, pinch medley, where you had to lift stones, basically natural stones. I think we had
Marcus,
22 stones. Yeah.
Let me just interrupt right now. If the viewers at home want to check this out after the conclusion of watching our interview, it's on YouTube under Immortals 2022 Grip Wars. That's what they should search for on YouTube.
Yeah, and you can also search for the Strength Results YouTube channel. It's on that channel.
Right. So search there, get there. The video is about 1 hour and 15 minutes long. I watched every second of it. Marcus narrated it. It is a fantastic video. It was great. So if you have nothing to do or watch it in chunks, or you can give up 1 hour and 15 minutes, you'll get to see all the stuff he's describing now. It's a first-class video. I'm sure you spent a lot of hours on making that video.
It took quite some time, yes. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I guess, the word spread for this year. So there was a lot of interest from not only Swedes, so international athletes. So we announced it. You heard about it already, I think, at Arnold's, because we had decided at that time, but we didn't really announce it until, I think, June. And it's in December this year also, 16th of December in Karlstad, Sweden. And we currently have, I think, 54 athletes signed up.
Wow!
And there are a lot of big names this time.
So who are the big names who are coming, Marcus? Let the viewers know.
I think in armlifting, it's Sarah Chapello. We have Ode Haugen. You are coming. We have Grace Van Hoy. Maria Lari from Finland.
Oh, good.
Yes, and we have
Thomas is coming, right? Thomas Larson.
Thomas Larson, yes.
Well, Kim and Callie, I hope.
Yes, we have a lot of Swedes. Kim Johansson and Kalle and Anders Dala Dahlqvist, Anna Harjapää.
Yeah.
And then a lot of Swedes that I think are very strong that probably no one has heard about of internationally. So that will be very interesting. Some that have never competed in grip. They're like strongman and arm wrestlers.
Oh, cool.
So that will be interesting to see, I think. And then in the strongman world, we have Sean O'Hagan from Ireland. It's
that's a big guy, right? 7 feet tall.
Big guy. Yeah, something like that. We have Ivar Smokstelis, who was in Show Classic a couple of weeks ago.
Wasn't he also in World's Strongest Man a couple times?
Yeah. I think he's been in the final at least one time.
Wow.
We got Mika Toro from Finland. He's Finland's strongest man a couple of times. Wow. I don't know if I said Rebecca Roberts.
No, you didn't.
No. That's a big name also. And we have Paddy Haynes, who won England's strongest man recently.
Wow.
He has a good grip also.
Wow.
Yeah, there are a lot of names. I'm not sure if I remember.
Well, so Marcus, now the challenge is you've gotten so popular. How are you going to possibly run a contest with 54 people all in one day?
Yes, so we are going to run the 4 first events kind of in parallel.
Mm-hmm.
So we are starting off with the Saxon bar for max, and that will run in the normal fashion. But the person that will fail on the Saxon first, for example, we get a start number for the next 3 events. So that person, when he or she is out, will get 15 minutes rest and then go on to the next event, while the others are still lifting on the Saxon. And then 15 minutes rest between each of those 3 next events. So they will kind of run in parallel, and that is how we will get all of the competitors through the first 4 events, and then we were going to have like a kind of a break, lunch break or whatever. And when we start the 5th event, we have the 5th, 6th, and 7th event are set up so 2 at a time can go.
Oh,
yeah. So
wow.
And it will be faster still. So we have, I think we will manage. Of course, it will be a long day still because there are many competitors, but it should be okay.
Well, I personally, I got to tell you, I've been training very hard for these events. Some of the events are not the best for me, but that's okay. I'm coming. I'm going to have fun meeting other people, and I'm going to come for once and not have to organize anything. So that to me is that I have to fly halfway around the world to lift and without organizing anything. But so that's what I'll do. Plus, I haven't seen your beautiful country yet. So I'm excited very much to see Sweden and Stockholm and Karlstad and all of it. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun, and I mean we make the competition, or the goal is to make it kind of unique and fun for the competitors, right? So it's going to be fun events and some unique events also. So we do have we mentioned some of the events from last year: the Stone Medley, the Raptor Medley, Saxon is back. We have the Anvil Hold for Time, and some new events are the Thomas Inch Medley, where we have inch dumbbells going from 35 kilos up to 120 kilos. So that will be the heaviest inch dumbbells.
Wow!
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's for sure.
And then we have a Blob Medley, and then we finish it off with Farmer's Hold for Time.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even going to attempt to predict what's going to happen. I know this from myself with 7 events. I tend to train very hard. I am in shape and I will be ready for 7 events. I can't say that for everyone else, but I know I'll be in shape. Some of them are not my best events, but that's okay. We'll do the best I can, Marcus.
Yeah, but that's the benefit of having maybe more than 3-4 events. You can have a bad event and still do good, I think.
Right. Right. What do you think about the Super Series? Have you had time to really dive into the results and look at it, or not so much?
Yeah, I had. So I mean, I was satisfied with the first stage. I did well there, I think.
Very well.
But then in the second stage, I didn't do as expected. So.
Well, let's be honest. You were sick. I know, but you told me you were sick, but that's not going to help any.
Yeah, but still, yeah, I would have been nice. I was in 9th place after the first stage. I got 12th after the second. Would have been nice to be top 10. That was the goal.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hazard a guess if the timing worked out and you competed at my house with me and John, there you would have had better results than you did being sick and in Portland. No offense to Frank and Adam up there, but just it's a different environment. So I mean, we were trading lift for lift on the block and on the hilt. We were going back and forth. Back. So it was very friendly competition. So
yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah. Well, brought out the best in both of us for sure.
Yeah.
So
but there will be one next year, I suppose. So
I suppose, yes.
Continue train.
Well, you know the place, so you know how to get there. So yeah. All right, Marcus. Well, look, I've got to wrap up the interview right now. I really want to thank you for your time and dedication, both to Armlifting USA and to the international, with strength results and the international scene with the Immortals. I am very proud to be a part of it. And I'm very excited to see the whole thing. So,
yeah, we're glad to have you.
yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I'll see you in about 13 weeks.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe, but
I'll see you.
true. It seems like I got a lot to do in the next 13 weeks, but that's about how long it is. So,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us, and have a great night.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.